Gaming laptops have become pretty expensive. Now, if you want a gaming laptop powered by an RTX 4050, they cost about 90,000. But amongst all these expensive gaming laptops, there's one company that wants its users to experience amazing gaming at a really good price. And here I'm talking about a laptop that's powered by a 13th generation Intel processor, an RTX 4050, 16 gigs of RAM, a 512GB SSD, a 144Hz display for just below 80,000 rupees. So let's begin. What's up guys, I'm Suman from Phonestein, and the laptop that I'm talking about is the Acer Nitro V ANV15-51. Now this laptop, as of currently shooting this video, is priced at 77,000 Indian rupees, and for this price, this here is an amazing laptop, and in this video I'll tell you why that is. Now all the data in this list have been carefully collected from various sources, be it YouTube, other websites, benchmarking websites, so from a lot of sources. So I've made sure I have a healthy amount of data so that you can get an accurate representation of how this laptop will actually perform. So with that said, let's take a look at the specifications. Now this laptop is powered by the Intel Core i5-13420H. It comes with an RTX 4050 and this is a 75 watts version. It has 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM, which is upgradable up to 32 gigs. It has a 512GB SSD, comes with a 15-inch 144Hz IPS display, has Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1 and a 720p webcam. But anyways, you get 3 USB Gen 3.2 ports. Now these are USB-A. You get HDMI 2.1, that's amazing. You get a Type-C port, and this is a Thunderbolt 4 port. Now as for battery, you get a 57 watt-hour battery, but I'll talk about this later on, and this weighs around 2.1 kilograms. Now as you can see, for the price, the specifications are amazing. So how does it perform in terms of gaming? Now I'm going to be showing you a few games and the corresponding frame rates this laptop has been able to achieve, and all these frame rates are actually an average of all the data I've collected, and the settings here are 1080p ultra settings. With that said, when you take a look at Red Dead Redemption, you get around 50 to 55 FPS. In Cyberpunk, which is a heavy game, you actually get 48 to 51 FPS, which is amazing. GTA 5, 90 FPS, no problem at all. In Forza Horizon 5, again the same story, around 85 to 90 FPS. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you get around 72 FPS. Now considering that all these games were kept at 1080p ultra settings, I think the experience that you're going to get with this laptop is amazing. Now if you want more than 60 FPS in like really intensive titles like Cyberpunk or Red Dead Redemption, then make sure you just bump down the setting to high and you will definitely get more than 60 FPS. And when you bump down to high, you're actually not going to see huge difference in graphics, especially on a smaller 15-inch screen. So if you want a higher frame rate experience, then please do that. But one thing you might ask is, with all this amazing performance, how is the temperature? Like, does this laptop get hot? And I'm glad to say this laptop doesn't get too hot. Now you have two fans in this, and the thermal design is pretty good. Now I'm not saying the laptop is chill, it's like cool. No, it's not like that, but it does get warm, but not uncomfortably warm. Now you don't experience that on the keyboard or anything. So in terms of cooling performance, this laptop is really good. There's no thermal throttling or any kind of stuff. So in terms of the gaming performance, you are going to be getting an amazing experience, and you need not worry about any overheating or things like that. Now there are few concerns with this laptop, but before getting into that, let me just talk about the positives I like about this. Now as you see, the gaming performance is going to be amazing, and if you ask like, can we do video editing on this? Yes, you can do that. 1080p will definitely not be a problem, and 4K, if you're doing 8-bit video editing, you shoot all your videos in 8-bit, then that is going to be fine. You can have your A roll, B roll, things like that, and some effects, it's going to be fine. 10-bit, you might have to reduce the quality of your preview window, and of course the export times will be much longer than any higher end computers, but still it is kind of decent for 4K editing. And if you're okay with using proxies, then this should be amazing for that. Now in terms of connectivity, you get Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, so that is amazing. And ports, the selection of ports are amazing here. You get USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, 3 of them, all USB A's. That is amazing. HDMI 2.1s, that is going to be great, especially if you have a TV which supports high refresh rate or a monitor which does that. And then you get Thunderbolt 4, a USB-C Thunderbolt 4 port, which is, in my opinion, amazing. Now, I'm glad to say that you get a full-size keyboard here. It's a good keyboard, but not the best, especially if you're someone who's used a MacBook or someone who's used Dell or even certain HP laptops. I think this is not going to be on par with that, but still it is good enough. And the trackpad is also good, decently sized. Now, since this is a gaming laptop, I know some of you prefer to use a mice and in some occasions an external keyboard also. If that's the case, there's no issue. But in terms of the keyboard and trackpad, I'm going to leave this decision up to you. Just go to your nearby store and check it out, because certain people prefer certain things. This is very subjective, so make sure you just check that out before doing the purchase. With that said, let's talk about some of the concerns I have about this laptop. Now, this here is an IPS display with a 144Hz refresh rate. Now, that is amazing, but just because this is IPS doesn't mean this here is a color accurate panel. This panel has a brightness somewhere around 300 nits, and that is pretty good. It's not the regular 250 nits, so 300, pretty good upgrade. So if you're not going to do anything related to color accurate work, then this display should be fine. But if you're buying this for not only gaming but also for video editing, and you're going to do like really intensive color grading, then this not might be for you, unless you're planning to use an external monitor with this. So as it is, this is not great for color accurate work, but if you're planning to connect this with an external monitor, then this should be good. Now, in terms of the battery, so this here has a 57 watt hour battery. Not a really big battery, to be honest, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I really wish they give a bigger battery, but that's fine, because the battery life here is decent. It's not the best, like if you're not gaming and you're just doing light tasks, still the battery life is decent. You can get around 4 to 5 hours, at the max 6 hours on light usage. It's okay, it's good, not the best. And finally, the webcam is just a 720p webcam, which is not acceptable. So yeah. And with that said, this laptop, the Acer Nitro V, is an amazing deal for anyone who wants a powerful gaming laptop without spending a whole lot of money. And the reason I keep telling this here is an amazing value is because the competition is expensive. So let's just take a look at some of the competition. We have the Asus TUF Gaming A15, the HP Victus, the Asus Creator Series VivoBook 16X, and the Lenovo LOQ. Now, all these laptops come with an RTX 4050, but the thing is, all these are priced above 90,000 rupees, which to be honest is expensive. Now, it's not like they can't bring down the price, but they choose not to. And Acer, being a very generous company, they have decided to give an amazing offering for their amazing laptop. Now, to be honest, in terms of pure value for money, the Acer Nitro V is an amazing deal over all of these other laptops. I'm not saying they are bad, they are actually good laptops. They have some things better, but still, the Acer, in terms of pure value for the price that you're getting, this here is an amazing deal. And with that said, if you're planning to buy this laptop, I'll have the link to this laptop in the description below. Please make sure you make a purchase from that, because it will support phone steal. With that said, thanks for watching, and this video was shot on an iPhone. Catch you later.